Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing. It's an honor to be out here in nature and greeting you, bringing a message of emancipation to you and a message that would set you free, because this message will help you to break all mental slavery by teaching you first of all that everything was false a thought, everything was false imagined. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning the Bible and how the Bible was false a thought. For everything that was written in the Bible was false a thought, it was false imagined. Now the reason why I choose to make this video is because many people, especially religious people, always told you that the Bible came about because holy men wrote as God spake to them. Well, I want to know, how did God speak to them? Did God speak to them audibly? Or did they got connected with their intuition and the voice or the teacher within spake to them and have them to write under inspiration? And how could you be inspired and it wasn't false a thought? Or how can someone or anyone write any book and it wasn't false a thought? Now, I've written a couple books and I was inspired just the same. And when I had the idea or the thought, no one knew. So it was invisible, because you can't touch the thought or taste the thought or smell the thought. So I kept the thought within, and then I act upon it. When I act, I was acting upon something I didn't actually see. But because I believe within myself, right? I believe in myself, I went ahead and I did everything. And now I can actually hold my books in my hand physically. I can touch them, I can taste them, I can smell them. So basically, my brother and my sisters, everyone has a Bible that they can touch, that they can smell. But many of them fail to realize that everything that is written inside of the Bible, it was false a thought. That's the reason why many fail to understand that the Bible is not literal. Neither is it secular history. And that is the reason why the basis of my teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. Where did the Bible came from? The human mind. Even if you say that men wrote as they've been inspired by God, where is God? Let me put it this way. Where was God speaking to them from? Outside or inside? Everything is from within. Everything takes place within. There hasn't been any book that has been written that wasn't false a thought, that wasn't false an idea. And even the very Bible that you read tells you that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. No, what is a word? A word is a thought expressed. Every time I speak to you, I'm expressing a thought. And then it tells you that the creation story that God spake, a word is still a thought expressed. So my brother and my sisters, anyhow you put it, it is still psychological. Now, to all the religious people who do not want to believe that the Garden of Eden represents the mind, where you sow all the seed and it will grow and bring forth its fruit, let's look at it as if it was literal as you believe. Even if the Bible was literal and it was secular history, there's nothing you can tell me of that anyone would have done in the Bible, whether good or evil, that wasn't false a thought, that wasn't false imagined. So the Bible is a book of the mind, my brothers and my sisters. That is why You have to renew your mind. And be not conformed to this world. Making the world fool you and believe. And have you to believe that you have a God exists outside of you. And you have a devil existing outside of you. And it have a heaven existing outside of you. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renew your thinking. So if you change your mind, you will change your life. Because your thoughts is what is creating your reality. And the Bible, in anyone's hand, it became a reality because there are persons who are willing and ready to act on their thoughts. Now let me give you some more to help you. The vehicle that the Christians own, and just be jumping up and down and giving God all kind of praises and giving Jesus all kind of praises. It was for us a thought. And who inspired the creator or the inventor? So if you are saying that you're so blessed because you own a vehicle, who blessed the inventor with the idea? And where did the idea came from? Outside or within? And can you tell me of one great invention in this world that came about as a result of someone being a Christian or believing in a God outside of themselves? The Wright brothers, who invented the aeroplane, it is said that their father was a religious man and he told them that they were born in hell for wanting to fly. Today, every preacher is giving all kind of praises to God for blessing them with a private jet. But the jet was false thought. And then, the other Christians who are so religious would speak against those preachers who have private jet and so on, who have millions of dollars, and saying that they're not serving the real Christ, that they're not real and they're not true. When the very words that is coming from their mouth, it had to first be mental. So my brother and my sisters, the only thing that a religious person, especially a Christian, can do to prove that the Bible is literal is to do the literal things that in the Bible, like walking on water and turning literal water into wine and raising the dead literally and healing the sick literally, which means they will have to shut down all the hospitals. If these Christians, what they're saying is actually literal and true, they will shut down all the hospitals. They will shut down all of the pharmacies. And the whole transportation system will close down too, because they should be able to appear and disappear. They're supposed to travel by the speed of thought. But my brother and my sisters, everything takes place within. So always remember this. Those of you who are listening to me and whom this message is resonating with, whenever again you meet a religious one who want to speak to you and tell you all kind of foolishness, being so delusional, let them know that the Bible was false thought. And let them know that if they don't believe that the Bible is not literal and that the Bible is supposed to be interpreted psychological, why are they speaking to you? Because when they speak to you, it's been psychological. So they want to prove to you that the Bible is not psychological, it is literal, but they're using psychology to prove you wrong. Because they're speaking. Because if they speak, it has to first be a thought. And if they say ignore he, it still has to first be a thought. And if they don't say anything at all, it still has to first be a thought. So my brother and my sisters, you see the reason why I had to write the book, How to Turn Water into Wine, and how to open the floodgates of abundance, and explain Malachi chapter 3. You see why I had to write the book again. Can't be proven wrong by no Christian. And use the divine of reproduction, that every seed and every species must all reproduce after its own kind. So my brothers and my sisters, these people, they are delusional, and we have to help them by teaching them these simple things, such as the Bible was first a thought. It was in someone's mind first. Doesn't matter if it's 40 men or whatever, and they wrote different times, it was still first a thought. So that being said, my brother and my sister, I believe I've gotten my message across to you, and those of you whom this message has been resonating with, I'm so glad that you are open-minded and you're always willing and ready to learn, because we're always learning, and true enlightenment is coming to know how much you do not know. Okay? And so I want to really thank each and every one of you. And if you're new to this channel, I'm encouraging you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet, or to comment, or to like. And do not forget to check out my link below. Check out the description. Always check out the description. Always read the description and check out my books also. Okay? Now with that being said, as usual, this message is the single eye message of self-realization, which is the true redemption, your true salvation. And I always give you the sign of the single eye, according to Matthew 6:22, where I say, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, my brother and my sisters, when you have the experience, you'll come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun. And we are the people of the sun. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, I'm encouraging you to use your mind power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.